Hey, everybody. Yes, it's Bob Saget. I say my name as one word. It's so weird. But little kids will go, it's Bob Saget. Hi, Bob Saget. They can't just say Bob, or like a gym coach go, hey, Saget, get over here. A lot of people on the street will go, Saget. And I'll go, dude, because I did that on a special once in the opening titles. So people have never really called me in the past 5 years by Bob or Saget. They just go, Bob Saget. So it's kind of semi-insulting from friends and family. I'm Bob Saget. No, I'm your cousin. Yes, Bob Saget. It's very Rain Man. Bob Saget, definitely Bob Saget. I'm Charlie Babbitt. So this is that kind of episode of Bob Saget's Here For You that I'm excited about because I keep saying I'm excited, but that's what a hyperactive kind of OCD, ADD guy does. He says he's excited, and I am. I'm excited. I can't hide it. I know. I want you. Don't have to pay for that, right? I didn't sing it. Anyway, welcome to another episode of me calling people, which I enjoy doing immensely. They leave a message on the thing right at the top. It's a phone number. You leave your name, your number, what you want to talk about, what your question is, and then I try to bring you happiness by hopefully you don't turn on me, leave a nice message, and then say, I hate you, which has happened. Life is like that. You read comments and they're just like, evil. Just like, Beetlejuice, hate you, no stars. So what you have to do with a podcast, which I'm against because I don't like being, I'm asking for trouble, but you have to rate it, review it, and then subscribe. We want you to subscribe because this thing's just going to get better and better because the more I do something, the more I love it, and I give 1,000% to everything I do. Just ask my wife. No, don't. Stay away. She's in the other room, and she likes it that way. That's our social distancing. It's just called daytime. Anyway, I'm going to make some calls. I'm going to call Pete, and here we go. I don't know where he is. I don't know what area code this is, but I'm going to find out, and I hope he's doing good, and I hope he answers. It's always good when people answer. So this is going to be Pete.
Hello.
Hey, Pete, Bob Saget. How you doing, man?
Bob Saget.
That's me.
How are you?
I'm cool. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
Not much. I'm hanging. Go ahead.
I hear you. I'm down here in South Florida, enjoying the weather. I heard you on the Levitard show yesterday.
Yeah, they raked me over the coals, and they're friends of mine. It was really weird. They were like, they're like promoting me, and then they started yelling at me because I promoted my podcast, which is what I'm calling you on. That was an interesting experience because I like them. I like Dan and I like Stugatz, but they kind of like, I don't know what was that like, a frat prank when I called? What was that?
I don't know how many times you've been on the show, but I've known those guys since they were nobodies. I mean, when Stugatz was firing all his coworkers and not paying them and stuff. I think they just playing with you, man. They like to get a rouse out of celebrities, and
but I'm not a celebrity. I'm one of everybody. I'm a comedian. I'm not some guy that cuts ribbons at markets or does a reality show because I did a porn video once. I'm not that dude, Pete.
No, I hear you, man. But, you are Bob Saget. And, to a lot of us, you're a big-time guy, man. Come on, don't sell yourself short.
Oh, that's sweet of you. I love to sell myself long. If I could sell myself long, wow, I could have been a male prostitute, which I wasn't going to say. I was trying to stay PC, but it's hard to stay PC in a world that's upside down, right?
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to tell long jokes because you're the professional at that. You remember the joke about... can I tell a quick joke? Remember?
Are you kidding? I'm living for this, Pete. First thing, let me ask before you do that. Are you doing okay?
Sure, we got into this pretty quick.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's like who needs foreplay? But how are you doing in general?
Man, it's a little tough, man. I work in sports for a lot of sports networks. I work behind the scenes. I'm a replay guy. I kind of do all the replays while you're watching a sporting event. So if there's a touchdown or something that's replayed, we're a bunch of guys like myself sit in a truck. We watch all the cameras, and we're the guys that kind of sit there every night, every weekend, every holiday you're watching a game. We're going to work and kind of doing the games and showing you guys at home, the big sports fans, what it's all about. So when sports got cut short, sports I always thought would be one thing that would never go away, my friend. I thought I'll always have a job in sports. World War II, they played sports,
Yeah.
So it's an eye-opening experience, and I'd say you get to close to your 50s and you start wondering what else you do with your life. And, you start doing a lot of that at home, I'm sure. Like, what would I do if this doesn't come back? What am I going to do for a living,
Well,
where am I going to make money at?
How old are you, by the way? You sound like you're in your early 20s.
I'm almost 50, man. 49.
Wow. Well, you got a young voice, so you must have a young way of thinking. So I'm sorry you're going through that crap, because it's affecting everybody, and you're right in the middle of it. But it's going to come back. We'll be able to do that again. This is just a horrible, horrible delay, and people's lives are at stake. Yeah. Are you feeling okay? Are you doing okay?
I don't want to get too into the dark clouds, so I want to keep this a little more positive. I'm so stoked to just be talking to you, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy
and being able to tell a little bit of our story. That's all.
I got you. Well, if you're not feeling okay, just get the help and you'll feel better. I'm just telling you that's what you got.
I feel you, man.
Think positive, because now tell me the joke. Let's go to the joke, because let's not go there, right?
I don't know. It's a bad lead up, but all right. It's hard times. It's hard times, Bob. So
yeah.
Really not be, I said to the wife, I said, look, we don't have work, and I thought of everything we can do, and you're just a beautiful woman, and I thought maybe you could work the streets for me. I'll be a pimp, and so she begrudgingly agreed, but she's like, all right, I've been doing it with you for this long, I might as well go make some money at it. So we go park over in the corner and curb, and the guy pulls up, and she goes and gets in his car, and she gets in the car with him, and she tells me, he says to her, hey, look, she goes, I charge $100. And he goes, she goes, well, I only got $80. Pulls out his schlong. He's got a big old fucking schlong, man. Giant one. Next few minutes, my wife comes over to the window. She knocks on the window. She goes, you got $20 I can borrow?
That's a good joke. That's a good.
All right, I got to be better. You got to maybe. I
no, that's a good. That's a great family joke.
I know this isn't a family show, Bob.
No, this does both. Sometimes I'll call somebody and they're like a nurse at a hospital, and it's like, I'm not going blue, but if I go where my guests go, and I'm loving talking to people, and that means so much to me. And so I think that's a good joke. There was an old joke with Milton Berle, who was a famous comedian, supposedly had one of the biggest penises in show business. And I met him at like his 90th birthday party or something. And I was there, and a bunch of comedians were around, and he said to me, do you want to see it? Because he shows it to people, and, or did, he's passed away. Actually, it's his marker. He doesn't have a tombstone, just the tip is sticking out. And, he said to me, do you want to see it? And I said, no, I'm good. He said, you know what I'm talking about? And I said, yes, I do know what you're talking about. And this comedian who also passed away, who I loved, Red Buttons, said, Milton's dick is so big it has a sun deck on it. And so these are the old guys that were the professional roasters, that really started the whole thing back in the day. And those kind of jokes, he would say, I'll bet you $100 mine's bigger than yours. And then the guy would bet, and then he would say, okay, I'm just going to take out enough just to win. That was the old joke. And it doesn't matter.
Are these the guys from
Go ahead.
Are these the guys from the same era of like Super Dave's dad and stuff?
No, no. Park Your Carcass. Yes. So Super Dave and Albert Brooks are brothers. Super Dave, Bob Einstein, we lost, which is really sad. It was so great, so funny, so brilliant. He was Super Dave. He was on Curb. He talked like that. He's just amazing. He was nice to me.
He was the best.
Oh, the best. Funny as shit. Would just stare you down. Would just look at you and he would say, I want to do something with you. You're funny, Bob. And I say, well, let's figure it out. He says, I don't give a fuck what it is. Let's just do it. I'm sounding more like a chicken, but he was this special guy, and his dad's name, and Albert Brooks's dad's name was Park Your Carcass, and I guess his name was that was his stage name, obviously.
Pseudonym, right?
But his last name I think was Einstein, and he named his son Albert Einstein. So Albert Brooks changed the name because it's like saying, "What do you think? Your kid's a genius?"
Really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And so Bob
I didn't know
Einstein.
that part.
Yeah. Bob Einstein was.
Wow, they are.
That's rough. It's rough. It's rough when your last name is Hitler. That's a rough one.
Yeah, for sure. Or if you're born with a mustache.
Oh my God! If you're born with a mustache, you're kind of cool. Then you want to manscape that shit, you know.
Well, what if you were born with a Hitler mustache? Like that would be your thing. Like
that's not good.
Right on your lip.
I don't
like the Hitler.
I don't trust a kid that comes out arm first in the air.
That's true. That's true. Never trust it.
Never. Well, I'm feeling for you, Pete.
Look,
are you hanging?
I really appreciate it.
You hang in there. You know what I'm talking about? You just hang in there.
I will, man. I will. We're doing some homeschooling stuff. Can I just give a couple plugs real quick?
Please, plug away.
I want to plug my show. I'll be live in Cleveland next week. I'll be playing. No,
I'm playing to an audience of Zoom.
Yeah, an audience of Zoom. Now, hey, we're a bunch of TV freelancers in this world. I know that they just bought some ads in California and Baltimore to kind of sell our plight. But yeah, Sinclair Media and all these regional sports networks who you put on your sports programming have basically left us out in the cold, and will continue to do so, I'm sure. And we're just looking to, we're just trying to battle our way through this and get it done, man. A lot of people got problems in this world. I am sure there's some people with way worse situations than ours, and I am definitely not trying to say that. I just
everybody's getting screwed. And some people are finding a way out with the new stuff that's coming out. Who knew Zoom would be a format for everything? But yeah. I feel
how much do you think that's going to change things?
It's going to change. In some ways, it's good because in some ways, why do you have to go fly somewhere for a meeting if you can do this and you can get your job done in a succinct way without having to go through all that? In other ways,
hey, last thing.
No, go ahead.
Have you seen this Demon Time? Speaking of new things on Instagram.
No, what is it?
It's these guys on Instagram have turned they've turned Instagram into like a strip club. So you got to have like a cash app to get in, and basically they send you these links to get to basically live strippers. So they're essentially you get in this cash app, and if you get on there, they'll let you in. And then you have to tip the strippers with the cash app. So just to get in, it's $200.
And then
strip club.
It's so the strippers are at home, right?
Yeah, they're all at home.
Well, I shouldn't give this away, but I know about it because I got 5 of them here filming.
Why do I not?
I put them in my daughter's rooms. No, that is not true. Man. No, it's just my wife and me.
You're a sick man.
I'm not. I'm a good man. I'm a good man, but you needed that. You needed some sickness for me.
I need all of it.
Yeah.
Bob, this has really helped, man. I know the purpose of what you're doing this for, and I got the biggest smile I've had on my face in 2 weeks, man. So this has been an honor to talk to you, bro.
It's mutual, my friend. It really is. I'm telling you, I'm getting what other people are getting from it, which is herpes. That's what I'm getting from this because I think they can be transmitted through a phone.
Well, syphilis and chloroquine will cure the COVID, man.
Oh yeah, just anything. Just put a Mento in there. just drink some Clorox and shove a Mento in your ass. That'll do it all.
Hey, if that'll get rid of the COVID, I'm down.
Oh man, you just stay well, okay? Okay. Pete?
All right, bro. I'll let you get to somebody else, get to some more cheering up.
No, this meant a lot to me. Just get yourself in some bubble wrap and saran, and just don't touch nothing or don't be feeling up a hot UPS driver.
No. Although they are looking quite tempting in that brown uniform.
Yeah, that's a hot color because it hides all the poo. But also I want to say the work's going to come back. The work is going to come. I'm telling you it is because I've been through a lot. I'm older than you. And my dad went through everything. My dad went through the Great Depression, which was not great. It was terrible. It's what it should have been called. And you're going to get through this, and sports is going to come back, and everything's going to come back. But it's going to come back different for a while, and then eventually it's just a longer time frame than we expected. And when they said no football, we went, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's where we're at right now. but it's going to change. I'm telling you. So try to stay positive, even through the clouds.
Definitely am, Bob. Definitely am. And the last part, this is for the Miami crowd and the Dan Levitard show folks and the guys on the Lauer like Mike Ryan. They would all tell you, you don't get the show, Bob.
That's what it is. I get it.
You don't get the show, Bob.
Oh, I got to call him back and give him shit. Thanks.
Tell him that your boy Pete down here says him that way.
I will. Thank you, Pete. You stay well, my friend. Well, that's why I'm doing this. It's just there's just no question. Wow. My heart. All right, I'm going to call somebody now that I think could be fun. I don't know if I know her. I have a feeling I could, and that's not lascivious, not in a religious way. Her name is Ellen K. Calling her right now. And I hope she answers. I'm blocked. Of course, I'm a blocked number. I mean, I got to be safe. It's like wearing a condom when you call someone.
Hello.
Oh, hi. It's Bob Saget. Ellen?
Hi, Bob. How are you?
I'm good. This is my podcast, Bob Saget's Here For You, and you're recording me as well, from what I understand, because I hear a sound.
Yes, I am.
And so
I'm going to put you on my radio show and my weekend show.
Oh, I'm excited about that. So that's going to play after my podcast launches, which I'll let you know, because it's like a prenup to this call.
Okay, I sign on the line.
So we've met before, right?
Yes, we have, Bob. We go way back to Silver Lucy's and Ryan Seacrest.
Oh my God! And Rick Dees, that's way back. That's back to. Were you at the Dodger Stadium show that I performed at? Were you at that thing?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
That was so long ago.
I know.
We could go to Dodger Stadium then.
We could.
You can't go anywhere. How are you doing? How you holding up?
Holding up really well. I have a husband and a son who is 18. My son is graduating high school.
Oh, okay. I got scared for a minute because you said I have a husband and a son who is 18. And I thought you meant that's one person. So I got scared.
Oh, yeah.
I have a husband, son.
Bob, I am a bit of a hillbilly.
I have a centaur that I live with. And so you guys, all three of you, are together in the quarantino?
Yeah, we are. How about you? Who are you hunkering down with?
My wife. We got married 2 years ago. We've been together 4 years, living together probably 3, and as soon as I could get her here. And the only good thing about the quarantine is she's not flying out of here so fast, so that's good.
No, that's great.
It really tests your relationship with whoever you're with, or if you're right.
Right, and the way to save that relationship is AirPods because you don't hear each other.
My wife's been wearing earplugs constantly because I snore, apparently, but I deny it. I'm in snore denial. And she's been kind enough not to record it because she could record it and that would ruin my life. But so now, have you been on the air? Have you been doing work while you've been in this crazy time?
Yes, I have a studio in what used to be a laundry room turned into a nursery for my baby, but now he's grown up, so it is a shoe closet that I've set up a microphone and all the things that go with that. So yeah, I'm broadcasting live every day, and
good for you.
Zooming calls and things like that. Yeah,
right. And my calls it was real organic how this happened. I was going to do this anyway, and then I did the first 2 episodes. I was able to put them up on YouTube in a studio at Studio 71, and then I just couldn't do it because it stopped, and I wouldn't even go in there. I was like, disinfect everything. I was making people spray down everything. I was the first person that kind of went crazy on them all. And then the next day they were so accommodating, brought me the board. And so I've got a professional thing. I'm actually recording from inside a bidet. I'm all the way in the plumbing. And
oh, come on. You have a bidet? You're lucky.
Oh, I've got a toilet that does, this is not what people want to hear right now, so I'm not going to tell them. People that are suffering right now. And I've got a toilet that basically, you don't need toilet paper, but which is good because the paper I've been ordering in is again, I'm fortunate I can order it in, but it's actual paper. I mean, it's like you would type your term paper on it. There's a lot of butt rash out there, I think, right now. I think Amazon's biggest product is just to keep the butt soft from all the terrible white bitch we've been living. But
Bob, I'm surprised you called me because I thought you'd still be mad at me.
What did you do? Oh, you stole my parking space?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I get real mad over that. I'm real. Well, I have zero of that star crap or whatever people think that it is. What gig was it? What was I doing?
All right. I believe it was CBS Television City, and I was working with Wayne Brady. He was doing a show there, and you had a reserved parking space with a big sign.
I don't think
it might have been a different.
If it's a big sign, that's like saying, "Hey, if you don't like me, key my car." Why don't you paint my car because you hate me?
Well, guess what, Bob? You weren't there, and I just need to run in for 1 minute. So I parked there. And I came back out literally less than 5 minutes later, and there was a note from you, supposedly from you, on my windshield. And I kept the note all these years.
What'd the note say?
The hope that,
I doubt that it...
Okay, hang on. Let me...
Oh, you got the note?
Let me get it.
Oh, this is huge.
Bob, I kept it because I wanted to make sure that if we ever shall cross paths again, that I would have this.
Oh my God, this is great.
Whomever, you use the word whomever it concerns.
No, that's not me. That's not me. I'm not capable of saying I never lived in Elizabethan times.
Whomever it concerns, please never, all caps, park in my space again.
Impossible.
And then a dash BS.
Oh, I've never signed BS. I am BS. I mean,
all these years. I thought it was you.
I'm not capable of even talking that way. And if, I'm a guy who's so insecure all these years of being critiqued and stuff and since I was a kid, I wanted people to like me. I would never do something. If somebody parked in my space, I'm like, where else should I park? Can someone tell me where to go?
Oh.
I'm people think because they see some brash stand up or something. I don't know. No, I would never. I don't possess that. There were a couple times where I went nuts when I was like 32, because a 32-year-old with 2 top 10 shows is, that's all breeding to make an asshole. But this is I would never, to whom or whomever it would concern. I did that once, I think, when I was trying to get a refund when I was broke on like detergent, Dear sir or madam, please do not or now it's like, or questioning, please don't park in my space.
Right.
I feel bad that some jerk did that, because why would I sign my initials? I should have.
Hey,
check for a notary next time you see a note on your car like that. Make sure it was notarized.
Yeah, I will. I'm glad it wasn't you. I don't know you that well.
No, it was Television City. It must have been Bob Barker.
The sign said Saget. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Maybe it was another guy named Saget. There's so many.
I don't think so.
I'm really happy to talk to you. I'm glad we cleared that up. Very, very much.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Now I can say on the radio, Bob Saget is actually like a softy good guy.
Yeah, damn it, I am. I swear. Be well. Thank you so much, Ellen.
You too, Bob. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was Ellen K. And we straightened that out, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. It says here on this piece of paper, Jason and his mother. So that to me is compelling broadcasting. So here we go. We're going to see how they're doing, see if they're getting along, and we'll take it from there. I wonder who's going to answer.
Hello?
Hello, Jason. Bob Saget here. How are you?
Oh, Bob Saget.
Hi,
how are you?
I'm okay. Are you okay, Jason? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. Mom is sleeping right now. She's invalid now, and we're just hanging in.
I'm sorry, Jason.
We're huckered in there.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for calling. I want to tell you, the one thing I want to tell you is I always watched Full House back in the day, but when you did your comedy special, I've got a little dirty side to me. I'm a father of a 10-year-old, and there's a classic, side to like a little bit of dark humor. Don Rickles and those guys. I grew up with those guys.
Absolutely, me too.
So man, thank you so much for calling.
Of course.
Sir. Let me see if Mom.
Oh, don't
Bob
wake
Saget.
her. Don't wake your mom.
Hold on. Mom, it's Bob Saget. Say hello to Bob Saget. Say hello. It's on speaker.
Hi, it's Bob Saget here. How are you doing?
Yes. Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm sorry Jason woke you up. I wanted you to sleep. You need your rest, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm very sick. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, you're going to be okay. Are you watching the TV? Is there stuff you like on television?
He was watching some what were you doing? Oh, it's sports. He does sports all day.
Well, sports is okay. I wish we had more sports going on, but they've stopped it for a while till everything's safe. And
yeah.
Well, I wish you a good rest. I'm sorry to wake you up. You go back to sleeping, and I'm going to talk to Jason a little more. And you just stay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
For letting me talk to you.
Oh, you just stay well. Take care of yourself, and Jason will too.
I will.
Okay, thank you. So, Jason.
Yes, sir.
So your daughter, is she there also, or is it you and your mom?
No, my son. I have a son.
Oh, your son. My listening is not my best feature. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
So how is
my paying attention is not my best.
I understand. So how's your son doing? Is your son with you now also? Is it just you?
No, he's hunkered down with mom. He's at mom's house. And
got it.
They're hunkered down and they're doing the best. It sucks because he lives in a little cul-de-sac with all of his friends, but they all can't come outside and play.
Yeah.
So they kind of have to look at each other through the window and wave and my son will get out to ride his bike, but his buddy can't come out and ride his bike with him. I mean, this is absolutely absurd. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
It is the weirdest thing we've ever seen. It's the stuff from science fiction movies that we never thought we'd see.
Exactly. That's what I've been referencing is it's like this is War of the Worlds type of stuff,
It's contagion, it's outbreak, it's everything. Yeah. I mean, it's everything, but it's not, at least it's not monsters from another planet. But this will pass. That's the other thing. It will pass, and they're gonna have an antidote to it. They will. They will come up with a vaccine, and everybody will get it.
If you have faith, then you just pray and you just get through your faith. You know what I mean? You just no matter who you worship, you just get through it.
Jason, I've been talking about this, and I was talking about it. Actually, I did an episode by myself just recently. And I was just talking to myself, talking to people that are listening to this. And I was just thinking, more people are turning to faith that don't normally, it's interesting. And it does help because you have to have some, it doesn't matter what the faith is. It could be just positive thinking, or just putting it out there in the universe that we'll get through this. This is going to pass. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to fight this. But then there's so many people that are vulnerable, Well,
I don't know if you saw the text that came out. It was my aunt sent it to me because my aunt's a pastor. And she said it was this text that came out from a bunch of people that it was like God's like, I took away your sports athletes, your heroes. I took away your movie stars. I took away this and that, like, all the things that you want. The reason why is I want you to focus on me and your family.
That's interesting.
I thought that was just very appropriate in a sense of, we need to. I think sometimes we forgot, your dad. I sometimes forgot about Ollie. His name is Oliver. By the way, you love this. He was named after Oliver Hardy.
Oh, that's hilarious. How come?
Because I'm a big Lauren Hardy fan.
Right.
Huge Lauren Hardy fan.
Of course.
And my my wife's dad, my ex-wife, her dad was a big fan, and he passed away from cancer. And his name was William. My dad's name was William, and it was just kind of this common thing. And I was thinking, how can we name, what we can do to tribute to Skip, and both my dad too, because my dad's gone too. And it just came up with Oliver, and so we nicknamed, and he goes by Ollie. He always goes by Ollie.
and then now look at our lives. It's another fine mess we've gotten ourselves into.
Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but a pencil must be led.
Oh my God. And those are considered dad jokes now, but it was high comedy. It was great comedy.
It was absolutely phenomenal. Some of that stuff, I'll never forget. My ex-wife wakes up at like 2:30 in the morning, and they were on like A&E, I guess AMC would back in the day.
Right.
And Stanley and Ollie are supposed to go on this cruise, and and they don't go on the cruise because they lie to their wives. Well, it turns out the cruise sinks. So the wives figure out that they've been lying the whole time, that they've been gone. Oh, that's classic.
I have to
stuff.
look for that.
Good.
I'm going to Google that when we're done. It's interesting how comedy is something that we are drawn toward right now, and how badly we need it, and stuff that's also motivationally helpful, because it sounds like your mom's gone through a tough go right now. And is everything safe, or is she in a vulnerable place, or you've got her pretty safe from all?
No, we're stuck in a hotel, and they're not going to let us stay till Tuesday. And now I got to find a place to take her.
Oh no!
That's the scary part. That's the real scary part. Is
so
that,
how do you get to another place? But you've got a car, right? So you're gonna get somewhere.
No, we don't have a car. We're kind of like in a vulnerable position right now, and we're just trying to hang in there.
Oh, Jason. So you're going to get masks, and you put one on your mom and yourself, and you're going to have sanitizer or whatever you can to protect yourselves.
Of course. Yeah, no, I went and bought a couple of those the other day. There's some guy in the corner.
And get somewhere that's safe for you. Well,
yeah, well, we're going to have to figure it out, but we'll pray, and God will give us a direction, and we'll go and.
Do you need to contact any of the services for shelter or anything at this point?
They don't have any. You can't go anywhere. She was in a rest home, and she left the rest home, and they won't let her back.
Oh,
and, because they're all getting sick in the rest home, so we pulled her out of there, and now it's just the two of us, and I'm just doing everything I can, doing the fast food, buying groceries, things that we have. We're luckily have a little bit of cash in our pocket. We're running low though, but I mean, we're going to be okay. I mean, like I said, it's our responsibility to figure out how because there's a lot of people who need worse than we need. But we're just going to hang in there as much as we can. And I'm about to get tears.
I understand. But I am too.
I just want her to be safe. That's my biggest concern. Her and my son. That's the only. No offense to you, sir, but you're a strong individual. But I want to protect the two people that I love the most.
Oh my God, of course. And you got to take care of yourself too, because you're not good to them unless you take care of you. So you've got to be extra safe too.
I know. I'm just trying to hang in there. I'm trying to be mentally strong as I can. I mean,
you sound like a very strong man. This is an impossible time. I didn't, when I called, you had a chipper feeling about you, and that was great. That you basically sound like if the day begins normal, if none of this had happened to us in this world, you would be a positive person, is what it sounds like to me.
Well, I try.
Yeah.
Sir, I try my best to be, I grew up a military kid, so
right.
You adapt, you overcome, and you just go do what you're supposed to do. Right. And that's what I do every day. I wake up and make sure she's okay, and walk her to the bathroom and walk her where she needs to go, and try to negotiate with the landlord here at the hotel, who has no feeling for anybody anymore. He just doesn't want anybody here, which I understand. It's kind of a different time.
Is there any other way? Is there anything that can be done where he would change his mind? Is there any way to convince him?
I don't think so. He was dead serious on us leaving on Tuesday, and we're just going to do it, and we're going to figure out, I have no idea. I'll find a way.
I know you will.
Yeah.
I know you will. I mean, that's one of the advantages of a military background is you got the discipline to just move forward. I had a friend that always said, like a tank, you just go like a tank. You just move forward because,
Right.
well, I
I just can't believe you just called us because, like I said, I have nothing but respect for you, sir.
Oh my God.
I have the most respect.
Now you're making me cry.
You know, it was very amazing when I saw you on KTLA. You know, because we're a big fan of KTLA, and to see you on there and saying just call us, and to hear you call me, that's kind of. I'll never forget. I got a chance to once meet Michael Jordan.
Wow.
And he was the nicest guy in the world to me.
I love hearing that. I love it because we all have heard all kinds of things about everybody, and I love hearing it.
Right. Well, I don't know if you saw the documentary because they make they were shaming the shit out of him on that one.
Right.
But yeah, no, he was the kindest man to me, and he was just so kind. And I didn't understand it. And then my uncle turns to me and goes, "He has to be that way. If not, then you're going to tell your son later on in life that he sucked."
Well, I don't know if I agree with that because I know people that said he wasn't nice to them and he was rude, but maybe it's because it was what he was getting from them, the feeling he was getting from them or where he was at in his head. But it sounds to me like you were outputting some pretty positive, kind energy. And if that's the case, then that's what he responded to. So I'd probably say that's a wonderful experience that you got to have, and it probably came from you being a good man, you know?
Well, that's what we call Oliver. We call him the man.
Yeah.
That's his nickname. The man. We call him the man.
He flew through the air. I was just talking about it earlier with somebody, how this is a guy, I mean, I didn't specify him, but he was off the ground for 4 seconds. He was flying, and he would he did things no one else has ever done. And people were upset. He felt he didn't need the team, but it was another level of everything.
Yeah. But you are too, sir. You are another level. You are a superstar.
Don't do this to me, Jason. I'm gonna cry, and then I'm gonna look like a fool. So, No,
you're a super. Let me tell you, you're a superstar. You need to take recognition for who you are. The greatness that you've given back to people is, we always are told to give back, no matter what you do. You know, if you're in AA, they tell you to give back. If you're, in the church, they tell you to give back. If you're in anything, they tell you to give back. And sir, you've done that, and I thank you for that. I really do. You're gonna make me cry right now.
Well, I'm crying. So that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Besides my kids telling me they love me, or my wife telling me she loves me, or she doesn't want to leave me.
I'll tell you. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell a man that I don't know I love him, but I'll tell you I love you too.
I love you too, man. You know that movie, I Love You, Man? That was a great movie.
Oh, that was a great movie.
With Jason Segel and Paul Rudd. That is such a great movie. I love that damn movie.
Because they just hang out together, and it's like having your little brother next to you, even though it's not your little brother.
No, they're bros, and they didn't play that whole card that they could have played, the homophobic card. They didn't play that. That wasn't what it was about. It was about being friends with a dude because you want to have a friend. Right. I didn't have many friends growing up, so I really related to that movie. But well, you just crushed my heart and made me feel good. But I'm feeling for you, man, and I wish you and your mom the very, very best and a safe next step. You know, they say a door closes and a door opens. So may the next door be a good one, you know, let it be a better one and move forward as we all go through this.
Maybe one day you'll check in with us again and see how we're doing.
I would love that. And feel free also, because I'm never stopping doing this. It's too rewarding for me. To call the number and say it's Jason calling, and I'll call you and we'll check in, so we can have a mutual stay in touch thing. So just take care of yourself and be safe, and may the next juncture be as smooth a transition as it could be under these uncertain times.
Before we end our call, Stan and Ollie once said, Ollie says, do you believe in reincarnating? And Stan goes, what's reincarnating? He goes, that's where you come back as something. And he says, well, I'd like to come back as a horse. I always liked a horse. That's what Oliver says. And Stanley goes, I'd like to come back as me. Right? I'd love to come back as me.
Oh,
and sure enough, Oliver comes back as a horse and Stanley comes back as himself. That was in The Flying Deuces. If you get a chance to see it, watch it.
That's actually genius. That's genius. That's where comedy transcends, and that's why they're icons till the end of time.
Yeah, I'm 43, right? But I named my son after Oliver Hardy. That tells you how transcendent that was.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But they touched me when I was a kid. They made me feel happy and laugh and, you know.
I had that too. I had that with the Marx Brothers and with the Three Stooges, and
correct.
I met Larry of the Three Stooges once through junior high. He came and spoke at my junior high in L.A., and I went to visit him at the Motion Picture Country House and Hospital. And
well, do you know the story about Stanley?
No.
You used to be able to call him on the phone book. He listed his name in the phone book.
Wow. So he wanted to hear from people, evidently.
Right. And so you could call Stanley. My dad painted his house, of all things. And people would stop by while my dad was painting his house. He lived in like his apartment in Santa Monica, like it was a condo.
Oh.
And my dad would come and paint it, and people would stop by. Yeah. It's just regular Joes, you know. So I feel honored, sir, because you're being like Stanley, and you're being a upstanding man, and I can't tell you how much this means to me.
Thank you, Jason.
And my mom.
And it means a huge amount to me, more than I can express. It means so much. And my heart goes out to you right now. You just get through this time, and I look forward to talking to you next time. It'll be a better time.
All right, sir. You and your family stay safe. I will pray for you tonight when I do my normal prayers, and I will pray for you guys. And you guys just hang in there. And look, I got tears in my eyes right now.
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you, Jason. I'm not a compulsive prayer, but I'll do the mutual exchange program. So I'm happy to put one out there for you and your mom.
But you, sir, you have no idea what it means for you to do this. It means so much to me. It means so much to me. Just for my mom to hear your voice, it means so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You take care of yourself, Jason. I look forward to talking to you next time.
Okay, sir. Have a good rest of the day, okay?
You too, sir. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. I dried my eyes during that break. That was a very emotional, good person out there who's going through a rough go. And I know my heart goes out. And, it's just always upsetting when you look at Twitter and people say hearts and prayers, like that's going to mean something. But if I'm this emotionally connected to what's happening to people and how their lives are and how appreciative they are that I'm calling them me. Wow. Well, I'm going to do one more call right now. I'm going to call Kathy, and hopefully she'll give me some uplifting something, because she's in an area code that looks like it's a joyous one. You can't really judge a person by their area code, but I'm going to give it a shot here.
Hello?
Kathy, Bob Saget here. How are you?
No way.
Yeah, way. I mean, you left a message, so why not call Kathy? That's what I said.
Well, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Where are you? What area of the country are you?
I live in Anaheim, California.
Excellent. And Disneyland is not up to speed right now, right?
No, actually, my daughter works there, and they just furloughed her, so she's kind of just hanging out with me.
That is interesting. So it's you and your daughter, you guys together? That's what we got going?
And my husband.
That's good.
So there's the three of us, and we have 3 pups that are kind of hanging around, and just seeing my little pals.
So you got some joy in your life because the puppies always do it.
Absolutely.
And you're getting along, because this is a test of relationships right now. This is a test of how does mom get along with her daughter, and how does husband and wives and relationships. My wife and I are together here in LA, and my daughters are all over the place. 2 of them are in New York, which is scary, and will be for a while.
Yeah.
But how are you guys socially? You guys are doing well. You're having some fun.
Actually, we're actually doing okay. I mean, I haven't wanted to throw them out yet, so I guess we're okay.
It's a real hard time to throw somebody out, isn't it? You got to put them in saran wrap.
I have a tent. I can put him in the backyard.
That's awesome. Does he have any scouting background?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that works. I've got a tent. We'll see if he can fix it. My daughter is looking at me right now going, "Who are you talking to?"
Does she want to say hi?
Yes, she does. She goes, "Is she talking to Danny Tanner?" And I went, "Yeah."
And how old is she?
Hold on, here she is.
Okay.
On speaker.
Oh, hey.
Hello?
Hello. How are you? It's Bob Saget. Yes, I played Danny Tanner. I'm guilty. But how are you doing?
I'm doing good, I guess. Bored because I'm furloughed right now, but it is what it is.
Right.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm here in LA, and my wife and I have different. We're able to be apart during the day, which makes us miss each other more, which is good. That we have the space to be able to do that. You're getting along good with mom and dad?
Well, we're all still alive, so
right.
That's good. None of us have killed anyone, so so far so good. That's all I'm going to say on it.
Right.
We've played games together. Yeah, we have watched movies together. We're actually spent a lot of time, so it's been good.
That's actually amazing, because some people are yelling at each other. I talked to someone earlier that was cursing, "Turn off the TV," just screaming at their sister. But no,
I haven't done that yet.
No, are you able to are you Zooming with friends or FaceTiming? Are you doing that stuff?
We did our first Zoom with our family in Idaho. We have family that live in Idaho, and we're in Wisconsin, and we all kind of got together. And there was probably 10 of us, and one in Texas. So we kind of their other daughter lives in Texas. Our other son lives in Idaho. We're actually talking to everyone more than we normally talk to them.
Now, that's the weird part about this. It's a horrific thing.
It is.
There's people that are dying, and there's people that are, they get sick and it goes away. We all know all the statistics, but it brings us together. It's kind of a reset on who am I, and who do I know, and who do I care about? And, you find out who your friends are kind of during this time. Like, you get a text, "How you doing? Are you okay?" And it's like, wow. It's very meaningful.
Absolutely.
We won't forget this time ever.
Absolutely. That's one of the funniest things that we probably did during this thing is my husband and I, we were sitting playing cards, and we were drinking some beer, maybe a lot. And we decided we'd start calling people. So we randomly called. We started a day and went through as far as we went. We ended up at, I don't remember. We got about 10 phone calls in. All FaceTime. We didn't do the whole phone call. We did the FaceTime so that they could see us.
Yeah.
See them.
It's important to see.
So that was kind of interesting.
And that's something you wouldn't have done normally. You wouldn't go, "Hey, I haven't talked to my cousin. Let's FaceTime." But everybody's doing it now. It's really important to know you're not alone,
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I'm finding I'm missing my family more, and I can't wait to go and see them all. I have family. My sister lives up in Cambria.
Oh, that's beautiful there. I love it there.
And she keeps sending me pictures. I'm like, I'm loving her, but I wish I could be there.
Yeah.
And she just keeps walking on the beach. There's no one there. So they get to do the boardwalk. And I mean, they're just completely shut down, which is good because she's her husband and herself, and they have a dog. So they get to walk around and see the beauty that we have around.
It's interesting because it's hard to find the good things that come out of it, but if you're getting along and you're not pulling out each other's hair, then things are good. I mean, what games are you guys playing? What's the favorite game of your family there?
We like Skip Row. We play that quite a bit.
What is that?
My daughter, it's a card game. And it's called Skip Row. But with multiple people. Yeah.
I see.
And it's kind of fun. And then the other thing my daughter's been doing with her friends is they play games over the internet together. We've been playing the Jackbox games.
And what's that?
Which are it's like they're a bunch of mini games, and we stream it so that we all see the screen, and then you just put in different answers. There's a bunch of different games that they have.
Oh, right. I know about this. Yeah. I should be doing it, but I'm busy doing my podcast. So it's like I'm too busy talking to people.
More fun.
That sounds really cool. Well, but it sounds like a fun thing to do. I'm going to look into that, actually, for real.
And playing with your kids. Maybe your kids in New York could maybe get together and have a family game night. It's great just because you don't need a console or anything. You just need your phone to play it. So
right. This is how I think the Tanner family would work it out. This is what they would be doing. But no, the thing about if Full House was real, they'd all be living in that place. There would be 45 people in that place for as long as this thing is.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think you guys would be getting along if you guys were quarantined together at Full House?
Well, it's as though even though the show was kind of two-dimensional and a sitcom and meant for 14-year-old girls, the truth of it is we kind of would probably be getting along like we do in real life, which is we would have arguments and then we would make up afterward, and I would tell everybody what they'd learned here.
So you really were. You were like, all right, this is what's happening.
Exactly. And then the synthesizer music would play, and you'd find out that we all have to live under one roof. These are difficult times, and you got to love, you love your sister, so make up with her, and let's hope this dog lives, because it's been a rough time for the Tanner's dogs. Well, I really appreciate you taking the call. I really appreciate, Kathy, you calling me. That was really sweet. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for returning my call. This is actually a really cool experience, and I can't wait to tell everybody on FaceTime.
Thank you. Have fun and continued fun game playing as we get through this crazy world we're in right now.
It is crazy. So thank you so much, Bob. You have a good day, okay?
Thanks so much. Everybody be well. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Now that's an American family, just hanging out and playing card games on FaceTime that you can play, or little games, weird little games. I got to figure out what they are. Well, this has been an emotional thing for me. I didn't expect this episode to go where it went, and it was Jason that did that. I guess a lot of you felt the same way I did, is what can we do to help him? And I'm thinking about it right now. But besides just sending thoughts and prayers, oh my, people say stuff. But anyway, sending you guys all the best. And it's been an honor reaching out to you today on the show. That is the first podcast ever done by a comedian ever. Bob Saget's here for you. And I do ask that you rate it. You must rate it. And rate it good. I can't take the pain. And when you review it, don't put XQYL and an emoji of a pickle. And then that just, I don't get it. You didn't listen to it. You just, haters beware. I will find you. And I will send you love, and I will double down. So subscribe, recommend it to your friends, tell it to people that you care about. Cause I think this is good to listen to in the morning, or before you go to bed, or in the daytime, or in mid-afternoon, or at brunch time, or in the middle of the night when you can't sleep. Pretty much keep it on a loop. Anyway, send you lots of health and love, and I'm here for you.